doing these matters if okay, so here's the first. Okay, here's the typo that I was talking about. Um, this word right here. Let me see if I can highlight it. I believe that is. I think that that's supposed to be Aslan, but for some reason, um, it looks like Asian at first glance. Um, I don't know. Is that Asian? My mind is. I'm on the spot here, so my spelling isn't up to par. Um, so I'm just gonna read that as Aslan, and if I'm wrong, we're sure gonna find out, aren't we? And I lost it. I lost it. I lost it. I was trying to get this back. I think I went up, didn't I? I went up. Boom, boom, boom. There we go. We're back. Okay, so then another voice says, "Do not blame yourself, Volmar. There is little we can do in these matters. If Aslan himself does not wish it to be so, perhaps we must leave this baffling mystery unsolved for the present." I cannot see who spoke, but the voice was a young one. Probably it was the king to whom the old man was talking. At any rate, there's little doubt in your mind that you are the one they mean, and you find yourself torn between fleeing and introducing yourself to them. Well, I personally think that because he is a very nice talker and a little bit more on the sneaky side, I believe that he thinks that he could get out of this if he really needed to. So Chandler is going to approach the people. So we're going all the way back up to 125. 125. Here we are. No, we are not. I don't know what the heck just happened there. Hey, there we go, right there. Quietly, you approach to within a yard of the nearest courtiers, and at first opportunity give a timid cough. We're going all the way back to 259. This is probably a lot easier with a book. So 259. We are close. We are close. 259. Here we go. A cheerful-looking man in a blue tunic turns around to see who made the particular noise. Spotting you, his bright eyes widen as he says, "Oh no, who have we here? A little visitor, it seems. Volmar, come see. By Aslan, it looks like your spell worked after all." A great commotion rises up in the hall as every head turns to catch a glimpse of you. Before you can say anything, you are passed from hand to hand until you stand in the center of the circle in front of the old man, who looks at you with pleased astonishment. After a moment of mutual inspection, the old man speaks. "Welcome to Narnia," he says. "My name is Volmar, magician to the court of King Fabian? You have been summoned here to help us with a problem that the oracles assure us only you can solve. Lucky for us. The king himself can tell you more about this great adventure that awaits you. Make way for King Fabian." The crowd parts, and you see a boy about your age step down from the throne. He's dressed in a double. I'm gonna roll with that one. Like I said, I'm not the star reader around here, so you gotta forgive me for some of these things. It's gonna happen. Of purple velvet, and bears a crown upon his head. But for this, he might have been a classmate from your own world. Of course, you have heard of boy kings before, but seeing one is another matter. Welcome to Cair Paravel, he says. I am Fabian, and I mean to tell you all that I know to make about the mysterious matters at hand. But come, let us make you comfortable. Ooh, getting comfy here. Oh no, I see a poem. This is bad. Okay, so along with the others, you follow the king into a large dining room, where you all sit at a wooden table. Merry servants fill your cup with a refreshing peach nectar, and a light repast of cheese and grapes is served from engraved silver platters. When all has settled, Fabian resumes his talk. One of my ancestors was King Caspian, who sailed east on the Dawn Treader in search of the 7 lost lords exiled by the tyrant Miraz. His adventures were thoroughly chronicled, with exception of an island named Deathwater. Little is known of this island, save that it is very dangerous, and that one of the 7 lords was found there. Narnians have avoided the place ever since, but the mystery continues to plague us. A fortnight ago, however, I tossed and turned in restless sleep, and I had a most particular dream. In this dream, Aslan told me to find the fruit of Adam and Eve, that I would rid Deathwater of its curse. Then he recited this poem, which I dare say I shall never forget, even if I never do quite understand it. I'm with you on that one, because I may not understand it either. Coursing darkly through the night, onward in jealous flight, makes herself a prison tight, prison far from sky and light. Argent water, golden curse, seeks the peace but makes things worse, seeks the peace in self immersed like clues within the verse. Only look and you shall see, nothing else can set her free. I wonder if I can copy and paste this. Because I don't know if they're actually going to, let's see, can we copy and paste this? Come on. Okay, maybe we cannot. If that is the case, what I'm going to do is I'm going to write page 49. We're going to have a notes section down here. Page 49. Just in case we're going to go page 49. Aslan's dream poem, we'll call it that. Just so I remember. I don't know if they're going to write it later, so I just want to have it on hand so I don't have to go looking through and all that later. So this is still Fabian speaking, I believe. I went to the oracles to find out what this all meant, and they told me to send for you from the lands where the High King Peter dwelt before his reign. You are the one to solve this riddle and make Deathwater a happy place again, concludes Fabian. We are going to go back up here. What is it you want me to do? You ask, feeling a bit overwhelmed by the responsibility being discussed. Discover how Deathwater earned its name and how the 7th Lord died, if possible, and uncover the other mysteries which the poem seems to hint at so maddeningly. I don't know what sort of dangers await you there, but you won't be entirely alone. Chikamik, come forward, please. The sound of a chair being pushed back is heard, then a large mouse. He is about 2 feet high, with a rapier in his side and a medal on his baldric, approaches your chair. I think, is this a character? I think this might be a character from Narnia. I don't know. I feel like it might be. The name sounds familiar. This is Chikamik, says the king. He is your valiant fighter and loyal friend. As an honored member of the Order of the Coracle, I think that that's supposed to say Oracle. So maybe I'm not the only one with spelling issues here. The Order of the Oracle. He bears the right to accompany you in this adventure. The mouse gives you a graceful bow and says he's honored. He is at once so proud and yet he is at once so proud and yet cuddly that you are not sure how to react. In fact, he puts you rather in mind, just a bit. Okay. In fact, he puts you rather in mind, just a bit, of a teddy bear you used to hug at bedtime when you were little. So if you want to hug the mouse, turn to 137. If you just bow to him, turn to 432. We're going to live on the wild side, and we're going to hug him. So what is that? It was 137, I believe. Let me go back up. 137. We're going in for the hug. 137. There we are. The mouse gives an involuntary squeak when you hug him, and his eyebrows leap up around his ears. When you finally let him loose, he gives an annoyed cough and brushes his fur back into place, and leaves with a short nod. It would seem that hugging him was not the proper thing to do. I'm afraid Chikamik comes from a very proud line of mice, says the king, but don't worry. He will have forgiven you come morning. We annoyed him. So check key 1 and turn to 346. So we are going to check key 1. I'm just going to write check and a little blurb. Hugged mouse. Just so I know what I did. Perfect. So now we are heading to 346. This is such an adventure. I mean, like, part of the adventure already is going through these many different pictures over and over again. I think it was 346. Oh, I forgot. I need to stop talking. Sometimes it's hard for me to stop talking. 46. Okay. Fingers crossed, fingers crossed. This is where I'm supposed to be. Yes, I think this is it. So, with the formalities over, the evening gives way to a magnificent feast. Long tables are brought out onto the lawn. The museum seems to have disappeared altogether, laden with a scrumptious evening's meal. There's rich potato soup, roast pheasant stuffed with chestnuts, great baskets filled with bread and sugar-coated raspberries for dessert, and not to mention the cheese and cakes between courses to keep you entertained. Finally, when every last bit of food has been eaten and every song has been sung, you and the other merrymakers retire to bed. So, sorry, lost my place. Curled within the cozy warmth of 3 quilts. Wow. That's a weighted blanket for you. You cannot keep the approaching adventure out of your head. With so much to think about, it's difficult to sleep. A cheering idea pops into your head. I might take a look about the castle to see if anyone is awake. On the other hand, tomorrow's adventure may demand the clear thought and steadfast courage that only a good night's sleep can provide. This is the first difficult decision that I have to make, because I feel like if I stay in bed, I won't take any sort of subtraction. I feel like they may try and subtract something. But you know what? What we're going to do is we are going to be... Whoops. We're going to be... This is very difficult. I say Chandler would not want to exhaust himself, knowing that he is not of great physical shape. He's not in peak, so I feel like he wouldn't want to. But then again, he is quite mischievous. We're going to stay in bed. We'll stay in bed for now. We're going to play it safe. We're going to play it safe. So 286. There we go. Eventually you become tired and burrow deeply underneath the heavy silk quilts. As you sleep, you dream of the unbelievable events of the day. When the rays of the morning sun finally pry open your lids, you are surprised to find that your dreams are reality. You are still in Narnia. Mixed with the delight, however, is dread of the serious and dangerous adventure that still awaits. In the privacy of your bedroom, old doubts begin to creep into your heart. Are you brave enough? Can you do this? Should you try? There's little time to answer those questions. Already a bell calls to you for breakfast. I feel like one of those other questions that he would have is, can I keep up? Can I keep up? So if you go to breakfast, turn to 212. If you sneak out your window, so you could have like a full-blown like panic freak out. Guys, I'm out. Peace. Honestly, I'd say that Chandler is probably all of these doubts, but there is just something about that adventure that just gets him really excited, because finally they're not stories anymore that his crazy friend was telling him. His crazy friend was actually right. So I feel like he would just, chill out. Let's go to breakfast. So 212. Whoops, I hit that right there. There we go. 212. We still got a way to go. So, when you get to the table, breakfast has already been set out, and everyone is helping himself, I think it's supposed to be themselves, to thinly sliced ham omelets. Thinly sliced ham, omelets, scones, cheese, and warm cakes with mulberries and cream. Wow, that is a breakfast. That is a breakfast. Scones and cheese, yes please. And the ham and omelets sound awesome. I don't know what mulberries are, and I don't know what type of cream, so maybe a little pass on those. But dang, that sounds nice. Chigamik, who does have some cheese on his plate, though no more than any of the others, motions for you to sit next to him. Throughout the meal, he entertains you with his stories of many past adventures. I'm so glad that he got over the hug. I'm glad that we're healing and moving past that embarrassment. Throughout the meal, he entertains you with his many stories of past adventures, both in Narnia and abroad, and asks many questions about your life in your own world. While the morning repast is underway, a sun-bronzed gentleman with high boots enters the hall and bows before the king. Fabian greets him and turns to you, saying, "This is Lordon, captain of the Zephyr Regionals, the ship you will be taking to Deathwater." Ooh, we're going sailing. You bid a meek good morning to the imposing figure, who gives you a thorough look. Who gives you a thorough looking over from his great height. You get the distinct impression that this man has no love for land-bound persons, especially those who come from worlds outside of Narnia. At last, the captain breaks the tension by barking a question at you. On which side of the ship is the port? Oh no. Oh no. I think it's the left side. 345. Oh, 345. Whoops, I zoomed out, guys. 345. Zoomed too much in. We're going to 345. 345. Traveling over there. 345. I think I'm getting this page skimming thing down. The left side, I believe, sir, you say. The captain brightens a little. Correct, we did it. We did it. So you know your way around a ship, do you? Well, you're going to need to... Carlamine pirate ships? Wait, what? Oh, wait, what? We're going to need... Well, you're going to need to... And then it jumps to... Carlamine pirate ships have been spotted sailing along the waters between Narrowhaven and Deathwater. Black ships, child, low and fast. Oh, I read that wrong. You know your way you know your way around a ship, do you? Well, you're going to need to. Carlamine pirate ships have been spotted sailing the waters between Narrowhaven and Deathwater. Black ships, child, low and fast. Keep your eyes open while you're on board, and we might just get you there and back alive. Whew, that was... Let's add that to like a number 2 of the times that I really messed up. This is a good track record though so far. So check key number 4. I don't know. So we're gonna write check, and maybe, ooh, I don't like how these are going out. Well, you know what? It kind of stands out, so we're just gonna roll with it. Got boat. Answer right. Okay. So check key 4, and then go down. Suddenly your breakfast has grown cold, and the thought of adventure has lost some of its appeal because of the pirates. Chin up, whispers Cheeky-Meek. As long as we're sailing with the captain, there's nothing to worry about. Thanks, you whispered that back, though you feel a little better. So turn to 357. 357. I'm digging this. This adventure here.